Hey everybody, so today I like to talk about deep ripping and why do farmers deep rip. So first thing I would say that not all farmers deep rip. Deep ripping is a controversial topic between farmers. Some farmers say you should never do it. It ruins your topsoil, it kills your worms, that helps with your soil health. Some farmers say do it in the paddocks that you need it to be done in. Other farmers go, oh, do it every paddock. So we've seen a benefit from this, from deep ripping. Our crops are probably 30% better off. Some paddocks probably a bit more. It's still patches in some paddocks that would need a fair bit of work, but as we do in these areas, we are keeping tracks on where them tough patches are. Next year we might just come back and just do them patches and not the whole paddock. Deep rip this year, but especially last year, there was a lot less subsoil moisture in the soil. The paddocks are a lot less hard, they're more soft. Even when our guy was ploughing, he was saying that this paddock was ploughing a lot better than last year. It's a lot easier on the tractor and plough. He said he could go up a gear, even when he was up a gear, he could pull the revs back a bit more. It just seems like it's easier to plough the paddock this year. By getting rid of that compaction, it lets that water soak into your soil, because when you have that compaction on top of your soil, the water won't soak in as much, it will sort of run. Especially this paddock where we are now, because this paddock is actually under a pivot, and this paddock actually leans downhill, so you actually will get that water running on top of the ground in this paddock. So why we deep rip this paddock, it's because we have crops on here, we run machines on here to harvest them crops, and then also in the real dry time we'll actually do a grass or a lucerne, or if you're in the US, alfalfa crop, to help with feeding livestock. So on this paddock we can have a couple hundred Angus on here, or we can have a couple thousand merino sheep. So you have 4 legs, so you can have thousands of individual legs pressing down the soil, causing compaction. So why we deep ripping right now is because we're in between crops. So it was oat crop here, I'm pretty sure, and we've harvested that, and then we've kind of put another crop in after that right now. Right now it's fairly dry around here, everything's died off, so we're trying to get this done as quickly as we can before we can put the new crop in and then start growing that ready for feed for animals. So why we want to deep rip this, because of the compaction, we're not getting the amount of water we want to soak into the soil, and then the soil hasn't got any air gaps in it because all the compaction. So we want the air gaps in there, they'll fill out with water that the roots can use for water, and then also when the weather warms up, it warms up the very top soil, and then it'll warm up them air gaps, will help warm up the soil even more, which will help get heat to the roots. Yeah, so this is our second year deep ripping. Last year was our first year. Some paddocks would have to deep reap every year, but most paddocks we won't need to, because after the first time we did it, it took a lot of compaction out and it brought a lot of rocks up, broke a lot of shear pins, but we saw the return, we saw the benefit in doing it. This year, at our second year, we've done a couple paddocks so far, and we've noticed that them paddocks are a lot better than what they were last year. So we're running into less compaction spots, run to less areas that were pretty much stopping the tractor in its tracks. We've noticed that we can pretty much deep rip these paddocks now pretty easily. The tractor isn't struggling anymore. Before we had it in, well, this tractor had in B3 1800 revs, and we were doing like 2 kilometers an hour because it was just, and the wheels were spinning because it just couldn't pull the ripper through the soil because it was that compact. This year, B3 1800 revs, I'm doing 5Ks, and I'm also have also got the ripper down further than what we did have last year. Yeah, last year we had it set at 5, and then this year we've got it set at 7, and it's ripping real easily. Got a crumble on the back of it, so it's breaking up them clumps and making the top of the soil a better preparation for seeding. But that'll do for this video, guys. I'll catch you next time.